underdog in the game. It's the Chalkzone, baby, no two rounds the same. We got pixels, polygons, mayhem galore. TJ's on the sticks and he's kicking down doors. Oh, the Chalkzone. Oh, the Chalkzone.
Are you ready?
Yeah. Don't sound like it, boys.
Yeah. Ready to do what it takes?
Yeah.
To be unforgettable?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Get dirty. Get ugly. Get the job done.
Let's go. Right. Here we go.
The jig is up. I came too far, I ain't giving up. I had to cut what was weighing me down, and then when you grow, they say that you switching up here to perimeter. Defending the fort, we crushing the visitors. I got it locked, ain't taking a prisoner. Thought it was sweet until they chin hit with a finisher. Heartbreak, Nikki, I'm voiding the slips. I'm raising the stakes, enjoying the risk. Injecting my veins with ice, as cold as it gets. I live for this shit. Die as a legend, I ride with aggression. I lost in the past, it's fine, it's a lesson. I'm loading the clips, I fire the weapons and taking what's mine. It's time for redemption. Too far, I ain't giving up. I had to cut what was weighing me down, and then when you grow, they say that you switching up here to perimeter. Defending the fort, we crushing the visitors. I got it locked, ain't taking a prisoner. Thought it was sweet until they chin hit with a finisher. Heartbreak, Nikki, I'm voiding the slips. I'm raising the stakes, enjoying the risk. Injecting my veins with ice, as cold as it gets. I live for this shit. Die as a legend, I ride with aggression. I lost in the past, it's fine, it's a lesson. I'm loading the clips, I fire the weapons and taking what's mine. It's time for redemption. Yeah.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the LMS Season 11 Week 4 Recap Show live in the Chalkzone. I, as always, am your host, TJchalkboard, coming to you live from the basement of the Legion of Doom headquarters right here in Newmarket, Ontario, Canada. And what a week it was. We've definitely seen some movement in the standings. We've seen some tightening up in some of the leader races for points and otherwise. So definitely interesting. We'll be going through all of that tonight. Along with me, you may have seen it in the post. I got Johnny Sins and I got Cruel. What's going on, boys?
What's up?
Yo.
What's going on? Thanks for having us.
Of course, man. And you know what's nice about this week? I got some AHL representation and I got some NHL representation. So like we got all of our bases covered here, boys. So looking forward to that. Blur Sniper with the follow. Want to thank you very, very much. V-Reds is the mod in the chat, so you boys better fucking behave yourselves. Otherwise, yeah, he has permissions to remove your asses. Who do we got out there? We got Sniper Bird. We got Max is in the chat. Let's go, buddy. Let's go, boys. Yeah, we're going to run through it really, really quickly. I told you it was going to be back this week, just like it was last week. Let's take a look at your week 3 and 4 plays of the week. Bro, those fucking saves at the end there, that was fucking ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Save. Just what you want to see. Exactly what you expect out of a top-notch goalie. K-Rice in the chat, dropping a gifted sub. Who did that one go to? That one went to Maple Leafs. So Maple Leafs, make sure that you give a thank you to K-Rice for that one. And also, for all of you that are watching, let me tell you, if you don't go after that K-Rice guy, he just joined the league. Take a chance. Go after that K-Rice guy, because if you don't, whoever gets him is going to be very, very happy. And if you miss out, I'm telling you, dude is absolutely fucking ridiculous. So make sure that you at least get him in. Take a look. Turts, someone pick up K-Rice. Turts, there's turtle emojis that you can use. So make sure that you use some of those tonight. Don't make sure I didn't put them in there for nothing, buddy. Showernator with a follow as well. Thank you very much. Let me just open this up fully, which I already should have done. I apologize, boys. All right, let's go right from the very start here, Johnny. AHL, what was the big surprise for you this week?
The Wild. The Wild jumped all the way up into second place in the Central, and the Comets. I got to give some love to the Comets there too. Like they jumped up to the second place. Like they were fourth and fifth, I think, respectively last week. But we talked about the Metro also as well being like that very close and tight division. So.
Well, absolutely, and we will be looking a little more at that. As our NHL representation here, Cruel, an awful lot going on in the end. What was the standout for you this week?
Can I be a little biased?
Of course.
The Stars beating with I like to say that we're a pretty deep team, but without our best lineup out, beating the Bruins and then beating the Knights in the same night, that was pretty big.
Yeah.
The Ducks still hanging around.
Yep.
That's also pretty big in my opinion. I mean, they beat us for one. So hats off to them. Props where it's due. But if you look at the differential,
yeah,
the plus minus differential, the Ducks are only at a plus 11.
Yeah.
You would have to go down to the 8th team to get a lower differential than them. Like the 3 teams below them, the 3 teams above them both have like triple at a minimum of their. So they just are. They're gritty. They're gritty down there.
100%.
The Senators still hanging around. Like they still have a chance. They're still in it. Props to them. And don't look now, but Red Wings making some noise. 9-0-1 last week. That's fucking huge. They have all the talent in the world to be like a top 5 team for sure in the league, I would say.
Yeah, no, and this is exactly what we were talking about, right? Like coming out of the draft, right? Like obviously availability was a little bit of an issue right off the start. They seem to have gotten the chem. The availability is getting a little bit better. This team is looking fucking dangerous, man.
And I mean, Seattle's a fucking powerhouse.
Oh, they're a wagon. They're an absolute wagon.
Yeah.
This is a team that was a runner-up last season. And they obviously want to make sure that they don't miss out again. Turts, if you're still in the chat, I just gave you a gifted sub. So try to use those turtle emojis now. They should be ready for you, buddy. I gave him Ninja Turtle emojis. I thought you were already subbed, Turts. So I apologize, buddy. They are for subbed members. And there's lots of other benefits for sub members, so make sure that if you get the chance, you do drop a sub here in the Chalk Zone. We appreciate it, and it helps me to make sure that the wife doesn't get mad at me doing this 6 days a week. As we take a look at the standings over in the LMSA West right now. LMSA Central, Ice Hogs right now holding on to the lead in the Central Division with 55 points. As mentioned earlier, the Wild moving up 2 spots into that second spot with 32 points.
Stars.
Yeah, Eagles at 32, the Stars at 31. A very, very tight race there right now. And the Admirals sitting on the bottom at 17. As for the Pacific, the Canucks in command right now at 52 points. The Reign behind them at 46, and they are looking very, very good. The Gulls sitting at 39, Firebirds at 37, and Silver Knights at 33. Need save Gramps with this 1 month sub. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. You know, not a lot of big surprises here. Seeing the Firebirds kind of drop a little bit. Ontario Reign have definitely picked it up here. You know, as mentioned before, the Wild moving on up. That is definitely a tight race in the Central, and we will get to what that means. But especially when you now look at the wild cards, right? Like this is creating a very interesting situation for both the Stars and the Admirals right now. Like, am I off here, Johnny?
Well, I wouldn't say the Stars and the Admirals. I would go. I mean, you've got the Stars, the Firebirds, and the Silver Knights. Like all three of those are basically fighting for, you know, the 2 wildcard spots. I mean, not to mention the Central and Pacific, you know, 2nd and 3rd seeds.
Yeah.
You know, like that's not out of grasp, especially in the Central. Like you're 1 point off from being either the 2 seed or a wild card.
Yeah, exactly. As we move over to the LMSA East, in the lead in the Atlantic right now, the Checkers sitting at 53 points. The Baby Bruins right behind them at 46. Senators at 41, the Crunch at 39, and the Griffins at 21. While over in the Metro, the Monsters have slowed down a little bit, but they still do hold on to that top spot with 45 points. The Comets right behind them. As you mentioned earlier, they've been looking very, very good, sitting now at 44 points, only 1 point behind the Monsters. Wolfpack at 37, the Baby Pens at 35, and the Phantoms at 25. Again, like looking at the race here, and actually we'll quickly go over and take a look at, you know, like the playoff race as we mentioned here in the West, right? Right now it's the Firebirds and the Silver Knights that are kind of holding on to those 2 wildcard spots. But looking at the East there, right? Like again, this are some definite tight battles, especially within those top 4 spots in both divisions. Johnny?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Like, sorry, I'm trying to get off of mute there. I mean, when you move to the wild card, you'll see a little more. But like the Penguins and Wolfpack, they're 2 points apart. The Crunch and the Senators 2 points apart. You know, the wild card in the East is a little bit cleaner with the Phantoms and Griffins struggling a little bit, but the Phantoms still have some firepower. The Griffins are making some trades. Yeah. So I mean, like it's a long season, halfway through. I mean, as we've seen so far, standings can change night by night.
Oh, absolutely. We'll quickly move over, as mentioned before. Ice Hogs, Wild, and Eagles right now with the 3 spots in the Central. The Canucks, Reign, and Gulls with the 3 spots in the Pacific. The Firebirds and the Silver Knights right now in those 2 wild card positions over there. And then in the East, you have the Checkers, Bruins, and Senators in the Atlantic. Monsters, Comets, and Wolfpack in the Metro holding on to those top spots, with the Crunch and the Penguins like right behind in those wild card spots. And crazy to see that the Crunch at 39 points, more points than the Wolfpack, but sitting in a wild card spot right now, obviously with the division that they're in.
I think it's also kind of crazy in a good way to see what the Penguins have done. You know, They had some turmoil in the beginning of the season, and now they're in a wild card spot and pushing up. So
yeah, you know, congratulations to them. It's a great look, and be happy to see how the rest of their season goes. As we quickly move to the power rankings for week number 4, Checkers up 1 spot into number 1, and the Ice Hogs dropping down 1 to number 2. The Canucks moving up 2 spots into 3rd. Bruins remain in 4th. The Reign moving up 1 spot into 5th. Monsters losing 3 spots. Again, they have slowed right down. They are now in the 6th spot. Comets moving up 2. The Senators moving up 2. The Gulls moving up 2. And the Crunch down 3 after the last week. As we move over into the end, and this is where I'm going to be calling on you, Cruel, because looking over in the West right now, the Stars at 53 points, 9 points ahead of the Avalanche, who are in 2nd, who are 9 points ahead of the Wild right now. Like, this is, you know, some serious gap between these clubs. Predators in 4th with 34 points, and the Blackhawks at 26. While over in the Pacific, the Kraken are just, you know, just moving along right now, sitting with 57 points. The Ducks at 49, Golden Knights at 40, the Kings at 36, and the Canucks remain at 8. Even though, well, let's not talk about the Canucks. Yeah, like we'll just
Comeback season.
Yeah, exactly. We'll leave that one alone. You're seeing a bit of that gap grow over in the Central. Pacific seems to be a little bit tighter right now. What do you think the standout is here? Like aside from the Kraken?
I would say the differentiator between the teams here is a team's ability to get a good first line and having multiple good lines. A team like the Golden Knights, they have a great first line with Dylan and Coden, and I think there's another one I'm forgetting them. I'm sorry. But like a great first line of forwards, and then after that there's a fall off. And then a team like the Predators, they have Tardo, Malkin, and Dorito.
Yeah. Yep.
Great first line. But then after that they got nothing. Dino's a good D-man. Axe is a good D-man, but like after that they don't have the ass, you know what I mean? You got to get that availability in. So while these teams could hang around for a while, as you have to start to get that second line in, you're going to see the issues in separation and shit like that.
Absolutely. And then playoffs, line matching, that's a whole nother battle.
Yeah. So it's like, even if some of these teams get to the playoffs, can you 3-0 a team with your top line and hope that, your second line can go 1-2 or something like that? It's like these teams are especially like a team, and shout out to like the Ducks, and the Golden Knights and the Predators, because those teams they had rough seasons last year, for different reasons, and the ability to get those teams competitive this season and keep the team playing and all that, like, shout out to the owners and whatever. I mean, not necessarily like the way that I would build a team, but to be able to get that team competitive this season, good job on them. But yeah, I think that's a differentiator here, is you're seeing the depth.
100%. And that Kraken team, again, as we've stated before, just an absolute wagon here week after week. Looking over in the LMS East right now, the Penguins are now in control of them. Well, can't necessarily say in control. They're now tied with the Rangers for that number one spot in the Metro, both of them at 48 points. The Flyers at 34. It's another big one. They've really moved up. Flyers doing a lot better compared to where they were at the start of the season. The Blue Jackets at 32 and the Devils sitting at 23. Meanwhile, the Bruins are at 53 points, top of the Atlantic. The Red Wings now at 47 points, creeping up real quick. The Senators at 34. The Lightning, who had a great week 3, definitely had a little bit of struggle here in week 4. Right now, they're sitting at 26 points in that 4th spot, and the Panthers at 23. Again, right, Lightning is just one of those teams that they have the ability to be so much better, but just can't seem to figure it out.
They're another team that is a one-line team for sure.
Yeah, it's crazy to see for me, right? Just kind of the way that everything has kind of gone so far over on this side, right? With the Lightning, like I said, I thought they were going to be doing a whole lot better, and they just haven't been able to find the way. But the Champs are still sitting on top there. As we take a look at the wild card in the West right now, Stars, Avalanche, and Wild are your top 3 spots in the Central. Kraken, Ducks, and Golden Knights, the top 3 in the Pacific. The Kings and the Predators right now holding on to those 2 wild card spots, while over in the East, Penguins, Rangers, and Flyers hold the Metro. Bruins, Red Wings, and Senators hold the Atlantic, with the Blue Jackets and the Lightning holding on to the 2 wild card spots there. For the power rankings, the Kraken have moved up into that number 1 spot, knocking your Stars down 1 spot into number 2. The Bruins dropping 2 spots into number 3. The Ducks remaining in 4th. Penguins moving up 3 spots into 5th. The Rangers down 1 spot into 6th. Red Wings up 2 to 7. Then you have the Avalanche at 8, Vegas at 9, and the Kings at 10. We've seen an awful lot of shift here, but things seem to be, I think, coming to, I think, a little more of a static point now, right? Especially with 1 week before the All-Star break.
Yeah, I think you're starting to kind of see how everything's kind of fallen into place. In my opinion, there is a top tier of like the Kraken and the Bruins, and then there's probably a second tier of the Stars, the Penguins, the Rangers, and the Red Wings. And then there's like that third tier, which is probably more like Ducks, Avs, Vegas kind of situation. But I will say, with those heavy top lines, teams like the Predators, like the Avalanche, like Vegas, they get the right matchup in the playoffs, and they could make it. They could make it real scrappy. Even Flyers too, because I mean the Flyers. Say what you want, but they have Viper and Hype both at right wing. So any given night, they probably have the best player on the ice. For you know what I mean? Like and those guys can win you a game by themselves. They are that good. So if the rest of their team can kind of hold it together and just go and try to get open, because they're going to draw a lot of attention. I mean, those teams can really make some noise against the right team. But yeah, no, I think it's starting to kind of settle down. You're starting to see teams fall in their proper place.
And to me, it is, you know, I always say it, right? Like, okay, we're not quite at the playoffs yet, but the playoffs are a different season. Right, it doesn't matter what you did through the regular season. Once the playoffs start, it's you know, it's everybody's starting fresh, and you got a best of 7 series to get through in order to get those W's and move on. As we move on to the trades, so what we did here, we didn't go, especially with the AHL. You guys have been absolutely fucking nuts with the trades in the AHL. I can't keep up. Okay, I cannot keep up. Myself and Johnny kind of worked on a way that we were going to do all this. So here's what we got. These are basically the trades just over the last few days. The Colorado Eagles sending JJ's third 23 over to Grand Rapids for Morpheus 21. Abbotsford Canucks sending Diaz Key over the Cleveland Monsters for Gone Sovereign, along with a first and second round pick for season 12. Utica Comets sending V City to the Texas Stars for
That's a deal.
Sorry, I know, for a third round pick. That's fucking.
That's a steal. He should be an NHL goalie in this league. Honestly, V City's a great goalie.
I know, and for a third round pick too. When I saw that, I was just like, okay. Utica Comets also sending out Silent Cobra over to the Rockford Ice Hogs for a second round pick. The Texas Stars sending Tacos the Dad over to Grand Rapids for JJ's third 23. So like again, JJ being involved in a couple of trades here. Rockford Ice Hogs sending Bologna TTs along with Evil Doink to Providence for PT Leafs and Lord Spanky. Hartford Wolfpack sending Wallman to the Texas Rangers for Okochinko. Abbotsford sending a second round pick to the San Diego Gulls for JJ 10609. Belleville Senators, what is that? Sparrow's Nest and an Abbotsford second round pick over to Grand Rapids for Sassy Snipes. Cleveland Monsters sending a second round pick to the Texas Stars for Darth Deemer. Rockford Ice Hogs sending Lord Spanky to Texas for Hoot Fiend, and Utica Comets sending a first round pick to Wilkes-Barre for Sniper Jaybird. That one I think is a good trade. Seeing Texas involved in a lot of moves here as they are really trying to make that push right now.
They just be doing shit down there.
Yeah, like it's just a lot of shit.
I think some of these. I think this is a very like hit or miss case. The V City trade, they dominated that one.
Yeah.
I don't know who Wallman is. I'd say they probably did good on that one.
Yeah.
The taco trade, I don't know Jay Bird very well, but
Yeah.
that's probably a good trade. I like Hoop Fiend and Deemer are both pretty good defensemen.
Yeah.
I will say. So it's like that's tough, and there's not a lot of good defensemen in the A. It's hard to come by. So I mean,
Yeah.
it's tough when you're moving one of those guys. But...
Yeah, I will say this, Cruel, though. Darth Deemer's been playing goalie, which was a shock to me. I didn't know he could play goalie. Shout out there. He was playing pretty well too. And Spanky, Lord Spanky's a 5 points per game player.
Yep.
You'll see those numbers when we get there. But so like you're trading a D-man that's pretty good, pretty high salary for a guy that can really produce offensively. So.
And that's what they kind of need down
That's
there.
exactly what Texas needs.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep. And that's exactly what Utica did. If you look at the next one when they get Snipper, like Snipper gets some hate sometimes, but like the guy can score.
Yep.
He the shocking one to me was the goals trading JJ. Like I didn't think that was ever going to happen. So, but
yeah, to me that seems like one of those moves where I mean, part of the thing that makes it hard in the A is you have so many guys getting either called up or they go in the draft, or you have like guys get RA-DU and then you have the RA draft and you're losing guys that way, and it's just like your roster is so in flux all the time.
Yeah.
And JJ seemed like a guy that you could have that would be like a top end player that could actually stay there for a long while. So
100%. And Johnny, I'm going to kind of, this was your brainchild, so I'm going to kind of leave this one to you. Obviously, earlier on in the week, in terms of the element of surprise, the Texas Stars, so She Love Hockey and a 3rd round pick going to the Cleveland Monsters for Little Caesars hot and ready.
Yeah, if you're still talking on it, but yeah, this was kind of like this was me and Mac's actual design. I shout out Max. He kind of came up with this more than I did. This is more like like the trades that would catch somebody's eye in one or two ways. The element of surprise is because Little Caesars Hot and Ready was in management. Like I don't remember he was the GM or AGM, but like he was, I believe, in their management tree. And then just to see him getting moved that next week is kind of crazy. And then the risk it, the guy Gooley being moved, who he's had his ups and downs with issues and in and out of discipline or whatnot, and moving to Belleville for 2 players. So it's like is that going to work? I guess time will tell.
Exactly, and that's exactly what it is. Only time will tell how this one works out. As we move over to the NHL trades, not as much movement over here, guys. You can see, so NHL is kind of coasting along. You AHL guys are fucking nuts. So we did have a 3-way trade. Boston Bruins acquiring D Dezo. I apologize. Vancouver Canucks getting James Jan and Mooner, and the Pittsburgh Penguins getting Jan 44 and Winsey out of that deal. The Detroit Red Wings also getting Thompson, Brickwall, and Snore for Carpy and Quinney. And then the Panthers in another one with Shiz going for Diamond Supply. We can talk about that one. That wild. And then the Columbus Blue Jackets sending a 2nd round pick for Tigre. Where do you want to start here?
Well, let's just go left to right.
Yeah.
Because I think that Red Wings trade is probably the biggest one, honestly.
Yeah.
As far as I know, Didizo's like pretty high up in LG, so I see why they'd want him, but I don't know if he's performed particularly well.
Yeah.
So whatever. Canucks then go get James Jan and Mooner. I don't know James Jan, to be honest with you. Mooner, I don't know if he's still in the league. So
yeah, I haven't seen much from him.
And if he is, I doubt he'll play for the Canucks. Then you go to Pittsburgh and they get Jan, who I've played with. He's an alright D-man. And then Winsey, who I think has already been released for inactivity. So
just a messy trade all around.
Absolutely. And say what you will, right? Some LG guys absolutely fantastic. It doesn't translate in other leagues, right? Like it.
Yes, I mean, like if different perks or he might have been playing. I think he's a D man.
Yeah.
And I think he's been playing left wing. So I don't know if that's the plan is to keep him at left wing or
Or move
what.
him
I don't
back.
know what's going. Yeah, because I played with him in World Juniors and he was a pretty good D man from what
Yeah.
I remember, and he seemed like a really nice guy too.
Yeah.
So hopefully that works out for them. Hopefully it doesn't work out too good for Boston, but because they're already really good and they don't need any help.
No.
But,
No, not at all.
So if I could wear my biased hat,
Yeah. As you said, that Detroit trade, wow.
All right, so I can break this one down pretty good.
Yeah.
So Brickwall and Snorf are both goalies. Now Brickwall can be, when he's hot, he could be a very good goalie. They've both had, I would say, pretty rough starts to the season.
Yeah.
Now Thompson last year was a top points guy in the league. He was up there. But he's not necessarily, that was more of a volume thing than anything. And he's a good player. I'm not trying to shit on him or anything like that, but there's a lot of volume, a lot of games played. He wasn't necessarily like you see guys, 5, 6 points per game if you're prod than 7.
Yeah.
He wasn't one of those guys. So they're moving somebody who is talented out and 2 underperforming goalies, and they're getting Carpy, who they're intending to play goalie for them, who is, from what I hear, I think he's like an LG AHL goalie. So they're expecting him to be good, and then Quinny's pretty high up in LG, but Quinny's availability is pretty rough. I think he's 3 of 9. He can only play Fridays.
Yeah.
So you're giving up some availability to hopefully get some production out of Quinny, and then you're hopefully upgrading that goalie spot, which if you're Detroit, I mean, that's the move to make, I guess. I mean, the only
100%.
issue is if you go to the playoffs, and I don't know what their roster situation is, but if Quinny can only play on Fridays, then you better hope you're taking it to a game 7, I guess. And you got some good right wing, to make do until then.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that situation's like, but that's just something to look out for there. And then Shiz for Diamond Supply. I think Diamond Supply already got sent down and maybe is out of the league. I'm not really 100% sure what that situation is, but
Yeah, that one just kind of surprised me. Like, what? Like, okay.
I think he got sent down and got traded, honestly. But Shiz going full circle back to Vancouver.
Yeah.
yeah. Back home.
Finds his way back there, huh?
Yeah.
Poor guy. Yeah. And then obviously the Columbus with picking up Tiger for a 2nd-round pick. That's, again, right? Nothing major there. Not an awful lot, obviously, as mentioned before, going on over in the NHL. We take a quick look. The element of surprise, obviously, between Vancouver Canucks, List Dodge and Boldy for Winsey and AC 77. Yeah,
Seattle. Those were, if I'm not mistaken, those were 2 top picks this season. AC was definitely in the draft. He was 1st or 2nd round, I think. And you're shipping off those prospect guys with not a lot of playing time for 2 guys that are known commodities in the league.
Yeah.
So.
Well, yeah, if the chemistry isn't working, right, do you go for guys that
Exactly.
guys that can get it done, and then your risk it for the biscuit was one that we just covered, and you put this one as risking it for the biscuit because
I did it as I looked at the numbers and I saw Carpy and Quinny are both talented offensive guys. I did not know about the Avail, which actually makes it even more of a risk it. Now that we know that, but you've got 2 goalies in Detroit. I could put all this into the chat there, but not just North, but Brickwall. You got 2 really good goalies when they're on.
Yeah. And
as Crow hit the nail on the head there, they're having all season. So, it's a risk for both teams. Will the goalies turn it around? Will Thompson continue to find his stride with new teammates? Will Quinney get better availability? Will Carby play well in net? It's a lot of questions in that trade, like a lot.
Well, sometimes you just gotta shake it up, right? Just give it a little shake and see where everything happens.
So I think more so for Florida, where they're sat in the standings. I thought it was crazy Detroit to make that move, but we'll see.
100%.
Yeah, I mean, if they get their, especially in the playoffs, like you only need one goalie in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So if they get their guy, like that alone might be what they need.
That could be the difference maker. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like if you can get Quinney, I mean, even like you get to the playoffs and it's like, hey, dude, like any way you can make availability to 6 of 9 kind of thing, and it's like that, because that's really what you need. You know what I mean? Like you can fucking sit there and kind of make it work until you get to the playoffs, and then if you can get that top end guy, going for you, and you can get him eligible, kind of thing, then
Detroit's got. Like you said, they've got a good line 1. They've got probably a solid line 2. They have a chance to be in a series where they can get to a 7, or even give them for like a 4 or 5 or a 6. But
yeah, again, like we'll see if this pays off for either side, right, and how it ends up looking. Like I said again, right, this. You get to that point in the season where, maybe certain elements aren't working. You just want to shake it up and see if you can find something that is going to work for you. And maybe that is exactly what this is. And we'll see, this could be the thing that pays off for the Panthers and kind of moves them into a playoff spot. Who knows, right? This is going to be interesting, to say the least, as we move on to our AHL West Players of the Week. Your center for this week, Dak Hawkins, 94 from the Gulls. Through 6 games played, had 15 goals, 12 assists with 27 points, 4.5 points per game. Pardon me, was a plus 17 and 57.9% passing. Like, not bad at all. Sorry, guys. Just got something kind of went down my throat here. The left wing is Sellers from the Utica Comets. Through 6 games played, had 14 goals, 14 assists for 28 points, 4.67 points per game, was a plus 12, 61.9% passing there. Jaybird from the Wild is your right wing. Through 9 games played, had 16 goals, 12 assists for 28 points, was a plus 8, 139 hits, 60.1% passing. Dude, it is crazy to me. Let me specify this. Some of the biggest hitters that we're seeing are offensemen, not defensemen. What? Like, it does not compute. Defensemen, do better.
If you're a D-man and you go for the hit and you ever miss, then you are
persona non grata.
fucking your team.
Yeah. No, fair.
You can sit there and go for hits all day as a forward, and you got somebody behind you.
No, fair enough.
Especially as a winger, definitely.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. The Gulls, left defenseman from the Gulls, it's JJ10609. Through 6 games played, he had 10 points, was a plus 17, 19 hits, 17 takeaways, 13 blocks, 75.9% passing. And the right defenseman, Brick 999 from Coachella Valley, through 7 games played, had 6 points, was a minus 14, but had 44 hits, 17 takeaways, 14 block shots, 89.3% passing. Dude, that's fucking unreal. Yeah, they had a rough week, but at least he was trying to do his part. And he is in the chat, so let's give a round of applause. Cool Grandpa, 36-21. Through 8 games played, 806 save percentage, 3.38 goals against average, going 7-0-1 with 139 saves. Dude, wild. Crazy numbers.
Yeah, there were a couple goalies that might have had a little bit better save percentage, a little bit less goals against average, but to go 7-0-1, and he had them, in fact, by a good bit in the shots department, so it's like he was definitely putting in the work,
Mm-hmm.
And that 89.3% pass percentage from Brick there, like the minus 14, you look at that and you're like, oh, that's kind of hideous, but everything else goes, wow, this guy did everything he could, so.
Yeah, absolutely. As we move over to the LMSA East. So it's Seuss Papa is your center through 3 games played, had 10 goals, 8 assists for 18 points, 6 points per game, 84.1% passing, and 63.5% in the face-off circle. Sniper Jaybird from the Pens is your left winger through 9 games played, had 28 goals, 12 assists for 40 points, 4.44 points per game, was a plus 18 with 57% passing. And J4, A4, K4, E4 from Belleville through 6 games played, had 10 goals, 10 assists, 20 points, 3.33 points per game, was a plus 12, 65.9% passing. Your left defenseman, Viking Phoenix from the Pens as well, through 6 games played, had 6 points, was a plus 11, 25 takeaways, 12 interceptions, 81.9% passing there. Matt D, 5'5", was your left defenseman from the Crunch, through 6 games played, had 7 points, was a plus 12, 28 hits, 17 takeaways, 20 interceptions, and 82.1% passing. And the goalie from the LMSA East, Smoke Grenaders, once again, 6 games played, 859 save percentage, 2 goals against average, going 5-1 with 85 saves this week. Not bad. 6 games, only making 85 saves. Obviously, his defense is doing an awful lot to help him out there as well, right?
That dude's an animal, dude. He's like
Yeah.
a fucking
Yeah.
mark or
Yeah,
something.
but he's making the saves when they're
When they need it,
when they're
yes.
getting there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can't deny that.
No, absolutely. I'm not denying that. I'm just saying, right, like that's also a very good
Yeah.
job of the defense, right, through 6
Oh,
games
for
played,
sure. For sure.
only allowing
For
the
sure.
85 shots. So, like good on all of them, and that's why the Checkers are doing as well as they are right now. As we move over to the end, and once again, Seattle, Colorado, Dallas, boys and girls. Players of the week. Again, when we talk about, like guys that are getting called up, guys that are going down, this is one that I think was a very, very smart move and is paying off so far. Quill from Seattle was called up last week, this week, coming in with 5 games played, 10 goals, 8 assists for 18 points, was a plus 7, 77.3% passing, and 54% in the circle. Again, this kid is awesome, absolutely fantastic, and it's a lot of fun to see there. Prod season, once again, is your left winger through 5 games played, had 13 goals and 12 assists for 25 points, was a plus 12, 20 takeaways, and 5 points per game through that time. Dude, again, just the guy's playing absolutely crazy. And then it's so okay. Is this Balinchnikov or Butchelnikov?
I just call him Butch. Some people
Alright.
call him Booch. Some people call him Butch.
All right, I'm calling him.
I don't know. Cool. You got anything on that?
I'm calling him.
I just call him Booch.
Hold on. Mr. Janik, no, I do not hate you. If you want, after the show, message me. I will show you how I go through it and why I picked the guys that I pick. Like, yes, there were a bunch of left wingers that I could have picked from, but there's certain stat parameters that I take a look at when I make my final decision. If you want to know, I'm more than happy to go over that with you. I do not hate you. I do not hate Loxies. You guys had an absolutely phenomenal fucking week. But yes, this is where we are. So Butch, through 5 games played, had 13 goals, 7 assists, 20 points, 55 hits, 4 points per game, and 69% passing.
Nice.
Also, left defenseman from the Kraken again. Clamps, 5 games played, had 7 points and was a plus 12, 29 hits, 11 takeaways, 78.2% passing. Now this guy, suck. He does not. Through 5 games played, he only had 4 points, 10 block shots, 28 hits, a plus 8 to turnover differential, and 86% passing. Dude, that is wild. And your goaltender of the week from the LMS West, from the Dallas Stars, Cold Alert. Through 6 games played, had an 880 save percentage, 1.5 goals against, going 5-1 this week. Dude, just putting on an absolute fucking performance for you guys.
Great dude. We have, not to brag,
Yeah.
the best goalie in the league and the 6th best goalie in the league, and that 6th best goalie in the league was the 2nd best goalie last season. He just had a couple rough games. So I would say there's a decent chance that we end up finishing the season with something around the first and the second or the first and the third,
Yeah.
first and the fourth best goalie in the league.
Yeah.
We have great goaltenders, and they're both great guys. Couldn't ask for better teammates.
No, they've been doing really, really well, man. As we move over to the East really quickly. So your players of the week, and again, right, guys, I'm not going to lie. This one was hard in a lot of positions, right? Again, I have a way that I go through all the stats and I take a look through everything. I'm more than happy to go over it with anybody who wants to understand how I do it. Your players of the week for the East. Getter Dunn is your center from the Penguins. Through 3 games played, he had 6 goals and 10 assists for 16 points, was a +8. 5.33 points per game, 60.2% face-offs. Again, right? Like, those face-off draws are hugely, hugely important, and dude looks fucking fantastic. As for the left winger, Lay's cut, right? Easy cut, maybe?
Yeah, I mean that. I don't know. His Twitch is Bardsey, so I don't know how people know him better by Lay's cut or by Bardsey, but.
All right, well, yeah, we'll just call him Lay's cut. But through 6 games played, 17 goals, 16 assists, 33 points, was a +16, 5.5 points per game, 16 takeaways, 67.9% passing. Loxies, don't give me shit. Like I said, I will do the same thing with you. I'll go over it and show you later, man. I'll show you later.
Left is poopy, dude.
Right? Like, guys getting poopy. Dude, your week's going to fucking come. Like, dude, you know how hard it was this week? I had to spend time, especially in the East. Holy fuck. Your right winger is Envy. Through 6 games played, had 12 goals, 12 assists, 24 points, 11 hits, 17 takeaways, 60.8% passing. Again, seeing wingers with some great passing, despite, like those cross creases. Sometimes that can really drag it down, and they did an absolutely fantastic job. Your left defenseman, T-Dog Dragon from the Tampa Bay Lightning, through 5 games played, had 2 goals and 4 assists for 6 points, 33 hits, 79.9% passing, and a +20 turnover differential. That is wild. Absolutely wild as a defenseman. And then Prestara from the Boston Bruins is your right defenseman. Through 6 games played, had 13 points, was a +11, 23 hits, 74.8% passing, and 27 takeaways. And your goalie in the East this week is Kiltrid. Through 3 games played, had an .854 save percentage, was 2.00 goals against, going 2-1 this week. Oh, that's it. Boycotting Chalkzone Media. All right, Loxies. I still love you, man. I still love you.
So you're telling me Tampa's got T-Dog and L PlayStation back there?
Yep, I know, dude. It's gross.
Tandem or
defense tandem, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, dude, it's crazy. Great. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, for all you guys, man. There were on the wingers, especially. I don't know how it was for you, like when you were looking through the AHL this week. For me, when I was looking, like, it was left wing week. I don't know what the fuck happened. Like, I would say of the top 20 players, at least 15 of them were all left wingers. So, like, trying to figure out, like, who, like, again, organizing the stats and figuring out who was, like, the best overall, dude. That's what took me so long to get through it all.
Yeah, there was a couple guys that were definitely left out on this list, and unfortunately, it's going to happen because it's one spot per position per conference.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and it's the way that I do it everywhere that I go, guys. Like, it's nothing against anybody at all. This would be my line. If I had to pick a line, this would be my line from those stats last week, and that's what she boils down to. As we go to my favorite segment of every week, it's time for TJ's Good, Bad, and the Ugly for week number 4. Shit, I didn't change the week number.
Gosh darn it.
Man, I did it again,
I didn't
boys.
even keep that.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, we both completely fucked it. Your full negative from the LMSA this week is Topless from Milwaukee. Through 9 games played, was a -24. Your turnover specialist was Sniper Jaybird from Wilkes Barre. Through 9 games played, was a -81 to turnover differential. Rough rough, buddy. You gotta figure that out, man. Passing failure, Andrew one up from Ontario. I think we've seen him here one before. I think he was here week 1 as well. Through 7 games played, 49.5% passing on 105 attempts. Oof. Just carry it, man. Just fucking carry it at this point. Maybe try do some board passes or something, because it ain't working for you, pal. Your sin bin. So as that Cutter MC from Henderson, through 3 games played, had 24 minutes in penalties. This guy sounds like a fucking goon. I want to meet him. I love him already. Your hit parade is Jaybird04 from Iowa. 9 games played, 139 hits, and only 2 minutes in penalties. Wow. 139 hits. Like that again, dude, that's just wild to me. Your big blocker for this week, Dancing Tank from Henderson, through 7 games played, had 16 block shots. Dude loves getting in front of some rubber, and he's got the welts to prove it. Your Circle King is Reaper from Utica, through 4 games played, 63.1% with 72 face-off wins. Your Public Skate is D-Rock 731 from Grand Rapids. Through 3 games played, he had 0 points, was a -6, had no penalty minutes, wasn't doing much other than waving to the crowd and just doing figure eights. I don't know. He was contribute, man. Contribute. That's all you need to do. Cal Hockey is getting your stay greedy for this week from Hartford. Through 4 games played, he had 12 goals and 3 assists for a +4. Buddy, get rid of the R2 button and just keep on shooting. You don't need that R2 button, because you could keep on shooting, and that's what it boils down to. Your Swiss cheese for this week, and boy, this, Kano the Caster from Lee Valley, through 6 games played, had a .636 save percentage, 8.5 goals against, allowing 51 goals on 140 shots, going 0 for 6. Oh, fucking man, that's bad. Come on, Johnny, give me something here. I know you got something.
I would say, well, you touched on the snipper one. You know, the guy scores, but like I said, there's knocks on him. There's your knock. There's your -81 turnover, but he's a forward.
Yeah.
The Jaybird one and 139 hits to 2 penalty minutes, like that's really tough to do in this game.
Yeah.
The other one that stands out, the center, the Circle King. This was hard. I will admit that. There was a lot of guys that played 3-4 games that had about 60% face-off wins, but they only had like 40 to 50. So I kind of had to go with one that was a little bit higher, percentage, a little more face-off wins, maybe a game or 2 less played. And then I don't know what happened in Lehigh this week, but there was I guess Cal Hockey was shooting on Kano. I don't know, because it was it didn't look good. And I know Kano's better than that. I'm not trying to down the guy. He's definitely a better goalie than that. But you get these weeks, man.
Yes.
Sometimes it's bad availability, bad defense, or just you just run into hot teams. So
absolutely, sometimes you just feel it. And as for Snip, like with the cross creases, you're going to see that. Like you're going to see that turnover differential all the way up. But we got to call it out. We got to be like, hey, man, maybe tone down a little bit, and you can do a little bit better there. As we move over to the end, looking at our good, bad, and ugly for week. Oh, I didn't change it on this one either. Man.
So week 4.
So it is supposed to be week 4. Never mind the 3 up here. Forget about the 3. Okay, don't look at the 3. I'm the full negative apparently on this one, because I missed it on 2 pages. Your full negative for this week from the end is R. Yates from the Lightning. Through 6 games played, was a -16. Now we saw Envy, on the list of my of my top players, but through 6 games played, he was a -88 to the turnover differential. A little bit rough there. A passing failure goes to Uncle Stoney from the Devils. Through 4 games played, 51.1% passing on 46 pass attempts. 50 on 46, dude. You couldn't, man. Little rough to say the least. Sinbin going to Mooner from the Canucks. Through 3 games played, had 12 minutes in penalties. Had a boy. Hit parade. Lie belligerent once again from the Los Angeles Kings through 6 games played, had 89 hits and only 4 penalty minutes. Dude, looking absolutely fantastic. We got a tie here for the big blocker. MFK from the Panthers and Suck from the Avalanche, both through 5 games played, had 10 blocked shots each. Your Circle King is Tigra from the Blue Jackets through 3 games played, 64.6% in the Circle on 53 face-off wins. Dude looked really, really good. Really, really good. Public Skate was the Dodge father from the Avalanche. Through 3 games played, he only had 1 point, was -6, no penalty minutes. I think he only had like maybe 1 hit too. It was like, man, do something. Like, you got a point. It was probably lucky, but you could do more. And we expect more out of you. Like, I know you want to like say hello to the refs and the fans, and you want to sign some sticks for the refs, so maybe you get a good call here or there, but you got to help out the team, buddy. Your Stay Greedy is Invisti from the Bruins. And this one was hard, man, because like so many guys, like it's just fucking, yeah, lots of goals and lots of assists too, but the closest that I could find, Invisti from the Bruins, through 6 games played, had 18 goals, 7 assists, was a +11. Dude, just shoot more. We've seen, like, yeah, you and Charisma, just shoot more. If they're going to keep you out of the net, I know they threw you in net one night this week, but if they're going to keep you out of the net, just fucking shoot. Just shoot. Don't bother. Tell Charisma to pass it to you. Your Swiss cheese for this week. Eagles 2186 from the Blue Jackets through 4 games played, 707 save percentage, 6 goals against, allowed 24 goals on 82 shots, going 1, 2, and 1. Anything to say on those? Cruel.
Good job to the people that did good, and bad job to the people that did bad.
I was gonna say, I think maybe Dodge talked his way into that point, huh? Maybe the refs said they'll look the other way on a pass, or I don't know, maybe an offside. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah, maybe they gave him a try- ary pass, right? Like, it could be.
Yeah.
It could be. Like, we've heard of those, and maybe.
Can we just like as somebody who does not hit, some of these hitting numbers are just fucking insane to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I got one of them on my team. Like, Moxie's one of those guys that, like, at the end of the game you look and it's just like, oh, he has fucking 14 hits. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah. No, absolutely. Really quickly, Mr. Janik saying that he's off to LG. Oh, dude, fucking good luck tonight, buddy. Have a good one. Thank you very much for tuning in. I love you too, buddy. I love you too. I'm glad he's not too mad at me. As we go to take a look, we're almost done, boys and girls. We do have something to go over here at the end. It'll be really quick. We'll get more information as we have it. But right now, your forward season leaders over in the American Hockey League, right now leading the way with goals is Barricades, sitting at 53. Your assist leader is Double Ankles at 58. Points per game leader right now, Lord Spanky at a 5.55. Points leader, TikTok Ranty, still in that lead now, but it's tightening up there. And we were kind of wondering when this was going to happen. TikTok Ranty at 97 with Double Ankles right behind him at 96. And then for the plus minus, Toke Nasty sitting as your leader there with a plus 51. Anything standing out here to you, Johnny?
Like I mentioned, the Lord Spanky trade. I said that earlier on. You're going to see his name there. He's 5.55. Snipper was in a trade as well. In your mention, he got traded. He's a 4.5. So there's some moves for some teams to try to get better towards the second half of the season.
Oh, absolutely. Like I said, it is good to see that points race kind of starting to tighten up over there on that side. As for the NHL, if it ever moves over, there she goes. Your forward season 11 leaders right now. Yeah, again, right? Prods. For goals, Prods leading the way with 73, 23 goals right now ahead of Il Belligerent, who has 50. Assist leader, it's Prods with 73 goals and 73 points. Dude, you can't say that he doesn't do it all. And just way ahead of Snow, who's sitting at 47 right now. Points per game, it's Prods at 5.41. With points, it's Prods once again at 146 points now, the first player down there to break 100, and the plus minus Prods as well, sitting at a plus 91. Cruel, like, what's
Who do you think's leading for MVP race?
I don't know, dude.
It could be anyone.
It could
It's
be
wide
anyone.
open.
You never know, man. You know, maybe there's a dark horse in the back. Like we'll see if. Yeah, dude, it's wild, right? Like
That's I think I've been in this league for 4 seasons,
Yeah.
maybe 5. I don't remember. There's guys that have put up points. Don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
I don't remember anybody like running away with it the way that he.
I know.
Wasn't there a season? Maybe his first season. Didn't Cutton have like a really really good rookie season?
Yeah, no. I just don't remember anybody else being.
We didn't
like,
have this kind of views to
this-
it, maybe, but like.
Yeah, no, there just wasn't like anybody that I can recall that was like this far ahead of everybody else.
It is kind of crazy.
Like I remember Cutton put up a lot of points, and like there was a season that like Booch and somebody else were like really fighting for it.
Yeah.
Like had a fuck ton of points, but I don't remember it being like, it's always been like a race to the top where there's 2, 3, 4 guys or something like that. I don't ever remember one dude just dominating the rest of
No.
the
And you can't even say that it's because he's playing all these games because of availability or whatnot, because you look and he's still got 5.4 points per game. So it's like,
exactly,
whether he's playing 2 games or 10 games, he's producing.
Exactly. Like he only played 5 games this week. Like, yes, a lot of people, oh, well, he's playing 9 games. Yes, but look at the points per game, right? Like it's fucking wild, right? Every now and then you're just going to have one of those seasons where it all comes together, and that's exactly what's happening here for Prod right now. And Seattle is obviously reaping the benefits now. You look at number 3 on that list. Now through only 10 games up in the end, sitting at 4.7, Quill, right? Again, like what a fucking call up for these guys. They're just making all the right decisions right now. They are scary, very, very, very scary. And it's going to be interesting to see how that West race goes. As we move over to our defenders. So over in the A right now, Easy Breezy leading the way there with 36 points, 3 points ahead of PT Leafs, who's at 33. Yeshua as well at 33 in the tie there. Interceptions, it's Toxic K sitting at 56 right now in the lead. Takeaways, Cookie God right now 124. Dude's looking just absolutely awesome. What a great fucking defenseman. Block shots, Dancing Tank right now in the top spot with 56. For hits, again, it's Nux, 10-10, 197 hits so far. And then your plus minus is Locker Room Cancer right now sitting at a plus 37. But again, a much, much tighter race there with like 37, 36, 35, 34, and 34 between him and all the way down to Otis Big D.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and again, you still see some of the same guys up there. Easy Breezy, Cookie God, Nux, Blue Line, Locker Room. I mean, Dancing Tank I think led the way in block shots the entire season. Like the man just sits in front of the puck apparently.
Yeah, yeah, and it's Nux has been leading in hits since week 1, right? So. You're going to see some of these other positions change, but yeah, definitely you're seeing who your top defensemen are. As we move over to the NHL's top defenseman right now. Come on, there we go. Your points leader right now still Yuko Young sitting at 48, but Gwiz catching up to him now, only 10 points behind at 38. Interceptions, it's Morks QC leading the way there with 60. I'm on a plane right now leading with takeaways at 105. Block shots, it's Virus in the end right now with 30. For hits, it's Dino still at 129. And then for your plus minus, Clamps is your top dog with plus 44 right now. Actually, anything you wanted to touch on there, Cruel?
No, not really. I mean, a lot of these guys, especially with the defensemen.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of this is, good breakouts is key, obviously. That's a huge part of it. You got to get the offense rolling. But, if you're Yucko or Clamps or, Sriracha or Gonchar, it's your team's putting up so many fucking points that you're going to reap the benefits of that.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. As we move over to the goalies right now in the A, Cool Grandpa is, 19 wins is our leader in wins. 498 saves, 623 shots against, leading in all three of those categories right now is Cool Grandpa. As for save percentage, Deadly Baron right now is in the top spot at an 858 save percentage. Smoke Grenaders right behind him at 857. Goals against average at Smoke Grenaders there at a 2.11. Pretty well ahead of Maple at 2.45. I can't believe how tight that race is between Baron and Grenaders.
It's a very, very big, very small fraction. But the save percentage and the goals against average did take a little bit of a hit in the A this week.
Yeah.
It started going up. Like we didn't see anybody above 3 or anybody below like 850 last week. And you see the offenses are starting to, I guess, get some chem together and take it to some of these goalies a little bit better.
Yeah. And we'll see who reaps the benefits. It's going to take some defense. But as you said, there ain't much defense down in the AHL this season, so we'll see how that goes. Although you do got Nux, and he likes to hit, so we'll see how it turns out there. As for and right now, OG Dirty Birds is your leading man right now with 24 wins so far this season, obviously on that Seattle team. Shocker, right? Absolute shocker. Elsa right now leading the way with saves at 417 and shots against at 545. Again, right? Like we talk about that Vegas team. When you're allowing, got the 18 wins, but when you're allowing your goalie to see that much rubber, man, like you got to find a way to stop it a little bit. Yes, he's played a couple more games, but like still, that's a lot to expect out of your goalie. Right? Like,
yeah, for sure. I mean, that's because when you have a high flying offense like that, I mean, like you got to think about the game in sum total. So it's like, are you maintaining puck possessions? Are you getting back and maybe trapping so you can deny them some possessions to try to limit the amount of shots that they're getting on? You know what I mean? Like if you got some high flying offensive forwards or whatever, like that's great, but can you do the other things to help your team out?
100.
Help you get some wins.
Absolutely. And then finally, your save percentage leader right now at 831 is Cold Alert, and Cold Alert, your boy there, also with a 247 goals against average. Absolutely fantastic, leading the way in both of those departments. Looking very, very good.
He's okay.
Yeah, he's not bad. He's not bad. He's not bad at all. Really quickly, as I said, we have a quick little announcement for you. We'll have more information for you as the week goes on. I promise to have more information by the time we're done games on Friday. But yes, we got week number 5. And then week number 6 is right around the corner where we will not be playing hockey. We're going to be doing the All-Star, and it is going to be the two nations face-off as Canada will be taking on the U.S. So make sure that you do get your votes in for all of that. I can't wait to be calling that with U.S. versus Canada. I'm not going to tell you who I'd be rooting for, even though I'm coming from, Newmarket, Ontario, Canada. But hey, you never know. Maybe I'll root for the USA. No, probably not. I don't know if I can get myself to do it. If I could bring myself, we'll see. Depends on who's on what team.
It's kind of how I feel IRL being a Dabs fan, and I got McKinnon who's Canadian. So
yeah, right. It's tough. It's tough, man. It's very, very tough.
I'm sure the USA will win like they always do.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Maybe you never know what's gonna happen, man. They didn't win the Four Nations face-off. Just throwing that out.
Yeah, somebody find out what team Prods is on.
Exactly.
It might be my vote for the end at this point.
Yeah, exactly. 100%. All right, boys. That is it for us here tonight. I want to thank you all very much for watching, and thank both of you guys for joining me here tonight. It was an awful lot of fun.
Appreciate you having us.
Definitely appreciate it.
Good fun time.
Absolutely.
100%. And for those of you that are still watching along, again, if it's your first time in here, make sure that you hit that follow button. We do love those follows here. And if you haven't yet, make sure that you subscribe for more content. There's always more going on. And we're going to have some giveaways coming up and a whole bunch of other fun shit coming very, very soon. Make sure that you stick around if you're interested in some real hockey, because we are going to be heading over to That Leafs Fan. He's doing a watch party for the Vegas-Colorado game. That game should be starting in about, 14 minutes? I think it's a 9 o'clock start tonight, right? And
It is. I think puck drops like 9:10, but yeah, it's...
And, yeah, dude, okay, let's talk real hockey here for a second. Going into the series, right, I had a couple people ask me, they're like, what do you think in the Colorado series and whatever? And I'm like, to me, picking it for the pool, I was like, I got Colorado in 7. I don't think this is going to be an easy one for them. I'm like, but if Vegas can stay like cool and stay breezy and whatever, Vegas has an actual chance in this. I did not expect this. This is crazy. Like, okay, yes, Makar was hurt, for the first couple games. Now, obviously, is McKinnon out tonight?
I don't know that they've given an update yet. He was like game time, so
yeah,
I haven't looked since I've been on here.
Because that shot to the knee, dude, that was bad, man.
It did not look pretty.
No.
I would say that.
No, and like
So.
that's going to be like a deep tissue bruise.
He
That's
is.
going
He
to
is.
last for a
He
while.
is in the game tonight, by the way.
He is in the game tonight. Okay.
Yeah, but
So-
I mean, you can't blow 2 late leads. You can't blow a 1-0 lead in the third. You can't blow a 3-0 lead. Just
No. No. And that's the thing for any of the Leaf fans, right? I feel so sorry for them. Like I said, I live in the market, but I'm a Bruins fan because I like teams that win. It's crazy to me that, Mitch Marner just can't get it done. He can't get it done in the playoffs, and then now he goes to Vegas. And dude is putting on a fucking performance like I've never seen, dude. It's wild shit, absolutely wild shit.
I will say he probably has the goal in the playoffs, though. I don't know if you've seen that goal, but it was last round. But that goal was absolutely disgusting.
The between the legs goal. Yeah,
The
dude.
between the legs, yeah, that was just
yeah, dude, that was absolutely
that was
crazy.
a video game move right there.
Yeah, not to mention he had a fucking hat trick in a game too. Like, when the fuck does Marner do that? Apparently he does it for fucking Vegas. So I guess we all got that to look forward to. Holy shit, right? Well, again, boys, thank you very, very much for joining me. Make sure that y'all stick around that are watching. Appreciate y'all. Once again, I have, as always, been your host, TJchalkboard, coming to you live from the basement of the Legion of Doom headquarters right here in Newmarket, Ontario, Canada. We are going to go raid That Leafs Fan. I think I got him right here. Yes, I do. All right, make sure that you jump on that raid. I love y'all, and we'll see you next time.
See you, boys.